it looks to me like we have a really overlooked and underrated pitching matchup here, which kind of makes some sense considering that the Braves and Julio Teheran getting the start for them and the Diamondbacks with Zach Greinke on the mound are both well out of the playoffs. Still, both these guys can be really tough at times, and I like for under the total here. Odds makers have it at 8.5. That really kind of shocked me a little bit. I thought it was a bit too high. I'm going to take a shot here with under the total. I think both these guys can come in and pitch really well. I expect them to, even though Arizona is a decently easy place to hit. I like for both these guys to get some quality starts here, a couple quality starts, and to go ahead and keep us under this 8.5. Let's break down this really arguably probably the least important matchup of the day. All right, we got Teheran. He gets a start for the Braves. He comes in on the season. Very interesting numbers. 2.90 ERA, 1.00 whip, along with an interesting 3-9 record. Now, his ERA actually drops on the road, and batters here are only hitting about 180 against him when he travels. So he's been really tough. He hasn't allowed a home run in his last 4 starts, which would help him today against an Arizona team that has some decent power guys in their lineup. Offensively, Atlanta, they're the worst in the league. It's pretty hard to argue against that. I mean, they rank dead last in most offensive categories. I mean, runs scored per game, OPS, total bases. I mean, they're just really down as far as their offensive statistics, and I think they're going to struggle today, in Arizona with Greinke on the mound, who really is kind of starting to finally come around just a little bit. He had a really rough start in Boston. I'll talk about that. But overall this season, Greinke, he comes in 4.21 ERA, 1.23 whip. This is his first home start since June, and he really got rocked in Boston, like I just mentioned, allowing the 9 earned runs in like an inning, I think, or less than 2 innings. So, that's just not him, and it happens to every pitcher. Boston's the best hitting team in baseball, so I expect him to come in today. He also, since he came back, here in August after missing July, he's had a couple other decent starts. I expect for him to go ahead and springboard off of those against a really weak Atlanta team. I expect him I expect him to keep them down in the numbers. Now, Arizona, probably the best hitting team in baseball with a losing record. But that being said, I think Teheran can, keep them down in the numbers. Arizona can struggle at times. They got shut out in Los Angeles just the other night. So don't look for them to score a lot tonight, maybe a few runs here and there, but still 8.5. I'm gonna back under the total. So that's gonna be my MLB pick, and I wish you guys luck on your picks today.